Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and it is dephemerember, where December meets ephemera to make inspiration. It is hosted by Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Heinzel. And there are prompts. There are 16 prompts for this year, plus a couple extras at the beginning and end. If you watch their videos, you'll see exactly what's going on. And yeah, we can look at the prompt list real quick. I already know what today's prompt is, but you might want to know, or you've already watched like 10 different videos and now you're on to mine. And also, I would like to welcome my new subscribers. I've had some amazing things happen over the past few days. First, YouTube recommended one of my videos, and then that helped me to reach over 2,000 subscribers. And then the beautiful Barbara mentioned me and showed a technique that she learned from my channel on the salvaged birds video. And it has just been like 4 days of just like dopamine hit after dopamine hit. And honestly, I'm not used to getting dopamine easily. So it feels a little weird, but it feels really good. Don't get me wrong. So today is Selfie in a bubble. I've been wanting to try the watercolor bubbles, and so I'm going to try that. Do you think that I watched a video beforehand to make sure I do it right? No, I did not. And then I was like, well, how do I put my face or somebody's face, because I'm pretty sure my selfie is going to be Effie, because they said Effie is a reflection of us. So Effie is going to be my selfie. For today, I might still put my own face in there at some point, but life got away from me, you know. I had to go buy some things for a Christmas party this Saturday, and yesterday was a bad day energy-wise, so you know how it is. So anyway, Louisa had shown where she was able to use inks, distress inks and she thinks watercolor would work too on transparency sheets. Well, they are either missing or got destashed in the big declutter of the spring, and I don't know where they are. However, I have these sheets, these sticker sheets, which are also printable, so I think they might do the same thing. And of course, then I was like, well, how do I put it on there so that I can still have something seen behind it? I already pulled out a piece. Don't know why I'm pulling out another piece. So I'm hoping, well, either I can back it with the same paper, because I need it to not be sticky on the other side, or I can back it with transparency tape. That way it won't stick to whatever I put it in, because I'm going to make a belly band. And the belly band is going to have a hole in it so that when you put the tag in it, you'll see the face through. You'll see. It'll be cute. But here's the hard part. All right, so I've got this for watercolors, but I need something flat, actually. So we're just going to use our little thing over here. And the way I've seen people do it, all right, you don't need expensive watercolors. I like my core watercolors. They are my favorites. They are in another container somewhere that I did not bring over, though, so we probably won't use those. And then this is Winsor Newton that I think I got on sale at some point. So those might work well. But they might. Look at that. You should probably let your watercolors dry before you put them away. Just saying. Might be a good idea. or clean your palette. One or the other. Alright. I need like oh, I know what I need. Hold on. The mat that comes with the glass. That will probably be perfect. So yeah, I have these that I think I got on sale. And I have these that I got on Amazon. They weren't super expensive. And I also have these the cheap ones from Michael's. And I have the iridescent ones. I think I might use the iridescent ones, actually, because bubbles will probably be prettiest with iridescent. I just hope they're going to be dark enough to show up. They don't have there's no tag. I got these at Michael's at some point. Use your coupon. Or you might be able to find them on Amazon. I don't know if they're pearlized or iridescent. One or the other. Alright, let's see. I want to get some colors on my mat over here, I think. I think that's how you do it. So yeah, just gonna do that. Just gonna keep coming over here, can of color and bring it over. I want 2 different colors somehow. I'm thinking inks actually would be faster. Although I like the idea of the iridescent. And then let me get another brush so that I don't have to clean that one off so much. Oh my goodness. Ooh, you know, the ink tints might work too. All right, so I have the blue. I think I want a, what do I want? These are my colors. I kind of want, well, not the white. Maybe a little bit of the white, just for the, do you see where I'm going here? I'm trying to get a circle so that I can, I want a little bit of another color down there. All right, let's see how that does. So, I had a smaller circle. So basically I want to try to do that and then make the circle there. And then you come in and you bring it around and in to the circle to make your bubble, I think is how you, so that you're just getting a little bit of color in there. I don't know. I don't think I have enough. Might be easier to just use the one color, right? You know how sometimes bubbles will like kind of show 2 different colors? Or maybe I could just use water. Just kind of, and then have the circle on the outside and then bring it in. Has anybody else ever made these and had more luck than I'm having right now? I think the important thing might be to keep it kind of not colored in the middle. Does that make sense? So that there's like the, you know, that would be like the reflection. Maybe. All right, well, probably should have watched the video first, huh? All right, we're going to keep it. We're not going to meet in the middle. We're going to keep a little white spot in the middle. All right, that kind of looks Christmassy now, doesn't it? That was not my intention. And to make my life easier, I think what I'm going to also do is I'm going to cut these out and put them on the belly band, and then I won't have to worry about getting them perfectly round either. So that might be kind of good. Another green maybe? I don't know. You want that kind of rainbow prismy look, right? Which would have some blues, pinks, a blue. Because if you look at bubbles and how they, I definitely want to keep some white in there. I think that's important. Like keep like just plain paper. I think that might be kind of important to making them look like, my brushes. Making them look like bubbles. I don't know. All right, and then so I'm going to do those in different sizes. I'm just going to keep trying and keep working on it. Let's try the glue cover here for another size, because bubbles are not going to all be the same size. Might want the smaller brush for these. So obviously, if you know how to make bubbles, you're either going to tell me in the, give me some tips in the comments, which would actually be appreciated. I'd be okay with that. Or you fast forwarded and gone to the next step. And other people are jealous of your ability to do that, because they're like, well, we have to see what happens. Who knows? So yeah. It was funny, Barbara called me a chaotic creative, and she's not lying. Because one of my arty friends was like, who called you that? And I'm like, it wasn't a bad thing. First of all, she said it. She was the cutest when she said it. And second of all, she wasn't being mean. She was being on. Well, she just said she likes that, but she knows not everybody does. And I also know not everybody likes a chaotic create, it's probably better if my white spot is to the side a little bit, depending on where the bubble's gonna hit. But I think the important thing is just to get some wet around your circle and then go from there. Might be do blue this time and just kind of bring the water in and leaving a reflective spot of some sort. I don't know. I might be able to use my my circle punches to get those out, because I think these are about the same size. But I like it when that part shows though, so maybe I'll have to use my scissors. We'll see. So I got a couple big bubbles. I'll do one more big bubble. Oh, or the belly band will have the big bubble. All right, so we're trying it on that paper, right? On this, because this also is printable. So I'm thinking that it may do the same thing that the transparency paper was doing. And maybe I'll have to use inks, maybe even ink inks, but now it's not moving the same, I can tell you that much. I want a reflection, and it is coming off, so this might not be what works. So this might not work like the transparency did, but that's a good thing to know. You know, you want to know these things. Oh shoot, you want to see if maybe potentially a little muted pink and muted turquoise, maybe see if potentially the acrylic inks would work better, because they'll stain more. They also might stain my this, but that's all right. Get some more. They're way darker. I mean, you can see that. You have eyeballs. You can see. I need a lot more water. Because if I can even just get it to just stay on there a little bit, like if I can get paper towels, that's what I'm looking for. If I can just get the blue to stay on there enough so that there's a color, so we have an implied bubble happening, then I'll be happy. I don't want it too dark. All right, adding some water. Trying to leave a reflective spot. I'm not rubbing. Nope, that took off too much. Took off all of it. Let's try again. Maybe I'll leave it longer this time so it can hopefully stain it. Leave a reflection. That's hard to remember because you just kind of want to cover the whole thing. It's just a little bit easier when you do. And I don't really need to worry about getting it a perfect circle because I can use my hole punch, circle punch, to cut that out. Plus, it needs to be bigger than the place I'm putting it in probably anyway. Oh, you know what's disappointing is that where this line is showing through. So, in case it works, let's try a pink one. Because you know, red dyes sometimes stain more better, if that makes any sense. Oh, we got a little purpley happening. All right, so I'm going this time where there's no line, because there's a line to help you tear off the back. Oh, that's so fun to watch though. Look at that. When the ink comes from the outside. All right, leave a reflection. Did I leave a reflection? I think so. A blank reflection spot. And of course I can't use my heat gun to let it dry because now you can see where I pressed down with the cover, it's staying better. So kind of, like I said, I'm not worried about keeping it a perfect circle. I do want some, if I can get some swirly bits like a bubble has, that would make me so happy. I'm going to let that sit and see what happens. And let's just add some of the pink to this one and see if we can get some swirly things happening on this side too. All right, we're going to let that sit and then see what happens. See if we can get some, make it look like a bubble when we're done. All right. I'm going to pause and make some more bubbles on this. All right, I got to show you how it is with the ink on the paper because I think I'm actually liking the inks better. It's just acrylic. They're a little more expensive, just so you know. Or maybe even other watercolors would work better. But, all right, let's remember our reflection. Does not have to be exactly in the right place. All right, so I like kind of what's happening there. And then I just came in and just pressed down, which now it looks a little bit more bubbly, maybe, especially if I come in a little bit. All right, that's cool. All right, I like what's happening with that. We'll still might use these a little bit, or maybe we'll come over it with, oh, that's awesome. I love that. All right, need more water. It's not about perfection, but it is about trying new things and being inspired. See, like now that little pink bit can be the reflection, and I'm going to leave that bit in the middle and let that sit for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in, press down, pick it up. These are looking pretty bubbly. I'm really, all right. So the acrylic inks with some iridescent watercolors seem to be the winner for me personally, for my aesthetic. But use what you got. I would say don't stress about, you know, just because mine looks different. I mean, just because I had to use, you know, more expensive things to get what I was looking for doesn't mean that you have to. Just keep trying with what you've got and, you know, and see what happens. So, yeah, I'm making bubbles, Mom. There we go. So once I cut these out, they'll be cool. See, this is why I was not going to, like, stress myself out about if it's perfectly, you know, if I stay in the circle. So I went ahead and did it this way. How many can we do at once? I don't know. Need a good amount of water or it's going to be really dark. Okay. Make sure we have a reflection. We can have it a pink reflection on that side. I'm not going to worry too much. I want the swirly, like this has got some swirly look to it too. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want to make sure it soaks into the paper a little bit before I do that. Because I want them really pale, like bubbles, but I also want to be able to see it, you know? All right. Do I have like a medium, something smaller than that and bigger than that? Does anybody see anything on here that would work? That is a little bit bigger. Let's try that. Well, that part might not be quite bigger though. Looks about the same size actually. It's just the outside of it was. Where else do I have some circles? I want a bigger circle. Oh, here we go. Oh, my Fabri-Tac too might work. Just use as much of that ink as I can because like I said, oops, it's not cheap. I don't want that to be too, oh, that one can come up now. Should we put a, oh, I need a little bit of pink now because I like, oh, and I think I will come back in with that, the bright green. I think that adds a nice little dimension. Get a little purple on those, that's all right. I don't want all my bubbles to be exactly the same anyway. All right, that took away too much color on that one. And if you forget to leave a reflection, you just go in with your paper towel and you can make one. Just want to add a little bit of color here and there. Because when I look at bubbles, I do see quite a bit of prismy type colors happening. The reflection from the sun and the light around it and whatnot. And I said I wanted to do some more green, right? I think I like this bright green here for that. Add a little bit of iridescent to it. Probably not the right way to do it, but I'm not a do it the right way kind of gal. I'm just try some things and see what happens until you like what you got. Sorry, inquiring minds wanted to know who the chicken was for. That was in the air fryer because my son and I got ours, and then my husband didn't realize he could have whatever was left. So I was like, you know, I think I'll pause for a second. I'm really glad that I made it so I could just cut these out afterwards, because I'm pretty sure that I would not want them to be looking quite like this. Oh, that needs to be a little, oh, I could use clean water, couldn't I? That's all right. Just get more pink on there. I'm just kind of putting it on there, taking it off, putting it on there, taking it off. I'm not stressing about anything. I don't know. If art is stressful, I think you're doing something wrong. Because I think it should be fun, not stressful. In my personal opinion, that's just this one needs some pink. And the iridescent is nice. All right, where's the ones? These need some iridescent on them, don't they? They've pulled up a little bit, and that's all right. Get a little bit of pink on this side happening. A little pink over here maybe. This might mess it up a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Time will tell, won't it? All right. All right, this one's been sitting here a while, though I just put the watercolor on. All right, that's kind of cool. It did leave some of the staining on there, which is good. Let's see. Do we do this one now, or do we give it a few more minutes? I can always try another one if need be. All right. That actually, I think, might be cool. Let's grab our... Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut that one out because it can be bigger. Because it will go under. It can go behind where I cut. And I'd rather it be too big than too little. Does that make sense? All right, let me grab my hole punches and I'll cut out my bubbles and I'll be back. Now I want to try and see if I can add a little bit of more shine. Because why not? More shine, more shine. I'm going to make it... These need to be dry for this to work, probably. I'm just going to take this and make my mark and see how we do. I am going to want to make sure when I put these on, oh yeah, I think that'll be kind of cool. I just want to make sure so I'm going to use embossing, and you don't want to hear the dryer, the heat gun. So I'm going to do this on all of these, and I'll be right back. So this one was still a little bit wet because I had added something to it before, and I didn't check to make sure it was wet. So I'm just using a dry brush to get off the excess embossing powder. Now I did not do embossing on this one because if I use a heat gun on this, it would melt. So it's already shiny anyway, so we're good with that. I do need to back it with the tape. I think my tape might be too small, so I'm going to back it with itself, if that makes any sense. So I'll do that real quick. Alright, so I'm just going to peel off this bit, lay it down on the table and hope for the best. And then peel off this bit and just put it right on there. Hopefully I got a piece that's big enough. And then when I do my belly band, this will stick it to the back of the belly band, or the middle of the back of the belly band. Yeah, alright. So I need to figure out my belly band. Let me just stick this on here real quick. I'm just going to stick it back on here just so that it doesn't get embossing powder all over it, basically. Oh, I still have to figure out a belly band. Let's see. I could do that because I could still do... Oh, I can't do that. It doesn't fit in there. Alright, we need something smaller than that. That's for sure. Oh, and then another idea I had for bubbles is just take a piece of watercolor paper, or I think watercolor paper is the best. Spray it with some water. Let your inks just flow everywhere, all over, and then just cut it out with your hole punches. Or make, use a circular thing and make circles and then cut them out. I think that would be just as fun. And then you can use like a white gel pen or a white paint marker to do your reflection. That would be another way to do it, I think, personally, in my opinion. Alright, I've got a piece of file folder here. It's about 3 1/4 inches wide, because my circle is going to be 2.5 inches wide. So I wanted it to be shorter than my circle. It will be almost as tall as my paper. Where are my Europe people from? We got the United Kingdom right here, and Ireland, and Scotland, and Birmingham. And the other side is Norway and Sweden. So we're on the Europe mat today. Map. I can't say the word map to save my life. Oh my goodness. And I thought it might be fun to use Barbara's Digital on here. I like the drippiness of it with the bubbles. So I think I might put that in the middle, and then I can put a little piece at the top and the bottom of something. Ooh, oh wow. That's just a gel plate print that I have. And it couldn't be more perfect to go with that digital. So yeah. Alright, and I'm making it so that it opens. So there's a secret journaling spot inside where the circle won't be. There's going to be an open circle on here. You'll see in a minute. Let me go ahead and cut this. Actually, that color is sort of in there, but not really. So we'll just do this part. Let me cut a piece off of here. And, oops, gotta go this way. And another piece down here. And I'm just gonna glue all this down and I'll be right back. So my window, I think I want it to be up here. It needs to be over enough. So I need to make sure I have enough space over here so it's not gonna rip too easily. So I think, I wish I could see it a little bit better this way. Let's see, can I? Nope. So I think we will, no, maybe we don't have to lose any of that flower. I don't want it perfectly in the middle though. I do want it to the right just a little bit. Or, you know what? I'm going to come off the side a little bit, even though I said, and I probably should have waited for the glue to dry. What do you think? Maybe you should have waited for the glue to dry, lady. It's alright, we'll make it work. Just gonna come around here, do our best. If you don't have a hole punch, you can just use something that is a circle and trace the circle. That looks terrible. If you wait for it to dry, you might have more luck. She says as she tries again without waiting for it to dry. I don't always make good choices. What is happening? It's not that. It's just... Alright, well while that's in there, let me just trace that so I can have a better line to follow. Because that's going to drive me crazy. Oh, it's all going to drive me crazy. I'm not starting over. Are you starting over? I am not starting over. I mean, it's okay if you want to start over. because that's a printable, and you know, if, see, I thought the purple was on the other side. You know what? We're just going to cover that with a bubble. That's all. We'll just, you know, have little bubbles that are covering it. And then no one will ever know there's a line there. I don't know why I'm worried about the flowers. They're hardly going to show. But look, this looks like it's reflecting the flower right there. It's like almost the same color that ended up being that. So, and also I want to figure out where the light would be hitting. So all my things are pretty much the same. Also, I don't need the flowers to show. I mean, I kind of want them to show, but I want the drips to show, because that's kind of like the point, right? Also, there's my, all right, and then this is going to come from behind here. And even come off the edge a little bit, maybe. Okay. I'm glad I left enough tape on the back so that I could do that. And then I'm gonna follow this right here and cut up there. So now when I put a tag behind here, or I might put the tag, let's see. Yeah, or it's my thing. I don't know. Did I break it? It wasn't going down all the way. That was an issue. Well, let's try again. Usually goes through cardstock all right. I don't know why it's deciding to give me problems today. I don't know. I don't want it to give me problems today. I don't need no problems. I don't need no problems. Thank you very much. Alright, let me cut this out. Alright, I inked these with a forget-me-not, but my thing was pretty dirty, so it's probably a mix of that and some dark blue. So it looks a little bit more like, the Uncharted Mariner. It looks kind of almost that dark, but not quite. So yes, I did ink them, and then the only way for me to do this, I'm not going to use the purple one. It's just too different for me than the other ones. And I'm not worried that my bubbles aren't perfect, because you know what my bubbles are? They're the best bubbles I ever made, because they're the only bubbles I ever made. So there's that. Do bubbles usually reflect at the bottom or the top? Because the light kind of, I don't know. I think they could probably do both. Because sometimes the light comes through one side to the other side, right? I don't know. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to put some bubbles on and hope for the best. Is what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to need to use some art glitter glue. And of course that needs to be refilled. Now I could try to like audition these and put them in just the right places, but they're all going to end up where they're going to end up anyway, and they're going to look good no matter what. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. I kind of overfilled my thing, and now there's like no air. All right, so while I'm doing something that shouldn't take a lot of brainage, I feel like I'm having a drainage of my brainage today. One of the questions that people have had is, can I swap scraps with more than one person? Like, because in our group especially. And yes, you can swap scraps with as many people that want. You know, if someone has already swapped scraps and they're willing to swap scraps with you and you don't have anybody, or even if you did have fun with somebody, you totally can. There's no rules about that. And then the other question that I've seen was about the blank spots on the prompts list. And what do they mean? So basically, where you see the prompts, that is where Barbara and Louisa will be doing videos and, you know, doing something with the prompts, along with the rest of us that are following along with them. Well, most of us, you know, some people might be a day off, a day ahead, a day behind. It's all fine. There's no rules. There's no dephemerember police. And also it gives people some time to catch up, especially if they work during the week, then they can, you know, kind of do that on the weekend. Also, if you wanted to, you could totally just add your own prompts. You can think of your own prompts. You can look on, Ceri the Crafter has a blog with some, what's the word he used? Not perennial, but, oh, tell me in the comments. Somebody will know. Robin will know what they're called. Perpetual, they're perpetual prompts. And also on my Ko-fi site, there's a free list of just like practice prompts. But it's pretty easy to think up your own prompts as well and get creative and just have fun with it. The point of dephemerember is to have fun. If you're not having fun, you might not be doing it right. Not that there's a wrong way to do it, but it should be fun. Just saying. You do want it to be fun, ideally. Whoops, I probably got a little too much glue on there. I'm rethinking my my writing space because it's just not real pretty in there. So I'm thinking that might just become just a belly band. We'll see. But here's my bubbles. Now I need to make a tag still, don't I? Do I want to, oh, maybe here. They don't all have to connect. All right. So there are my bubbles, and my selfie in a bubble will be a tag that goes behind here. So I think I can go ahead and, I think I can safely put this on the page. So for right now, I'm just going to glue the top and the bottom of this, and then if I want to turn it into a double pocket, a double belly band, I can. And now I want to make a tag, and Effie will be on my tag. I might even make it, let's see, I was going to say I might make it super simple and just use the other side of that that printable, which is the part of the free printable from either Barbara or Louisa. They always have their pages linked under their videos, which I'm sure if you're watching me because of dephemerember, you've watched them first anyway. So yeah, all right, now I just need to make a journal card to go behind my belly band. All right, so I cut out Barbara's Effie because she mentioned me on her channel, so I think that her Effie needs to be the one to go in here. And I appreciated that so much, Barbara. So I want his feet to go just right about, and he's just kind of poking out from the bubbles. And he's my selfie because they said that Effie is a reflection of your own personality. So he's going to be my selfie for today. And if I wanted to, I could put a selfie on the tag that I put back here. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down now. Now that I decided that's how I'm doing this. He's just going to be in there. He's in his own little bubble, all protected and nice. Alright, and then I'm just going to use this as a journal tag. I'm going to back it with some, well, probably back it with just a piece of cardstock. Let's see, or a piece of book page. I like this stuff. Oh, this stuff and this stuff. This is a little bit on the thick side, so I think if I just glue all that together, I think it'll be thick enough to make a journal card. So I'm just going to glue all these layers together. I might add a piece of book page. We'll see. Just for sturdiness. I feel like Barbara and Louisa have been in my craft room seeing what colors I use, because some of the things that I have are like perfectly matched for the digitals. Or maybe I just really have a similar aesthetic to them. That is potentially it. I thought that I would go ahead and use some of this paper, which is this color in here, and use it like lace and just attach it, because I could have glued it first, but I didn't have the patience to wait for it to wait for it to dry before I did it. So I'm just going to make it and then glue it on. So if you've ever used one of these, you probably already know how to use it. If you haven't, what you do is you kind of start in the middle and then you go over just two, so that one is still under this part, and then it cuts the middle ones. And if you go over too much, then you end up with a double cut, which isn't quite as pretty. But if you're going for a grungy look anyway, then it probably doesn't matter. So I got, like, that one got kind of cut out too. That's why I kind of recut it. And I could even potentially, I got ink on, I've got stamping on that side, which doesn't really matter that much. I could even make it a pocket on the back. You know what? Why not? Or should I do that on both sides? It would be pretty, wouldn't it? All right. So I don't know. I think you're supposed to start in the middle and then go from there. It helps if you can see one, two. All right. So then you just, and then 1, 2. Try to line it up as best you can. Good. That got, well, see, I didn't line it up. I got that a little messed up. We're not going to worry about that. 1, 2. Maybe you're supposed to go over 3. I don't know. Did I go over 2 or 3? Anyway, isn't that pretty? I mean, that could even be, but I wanted to show on the outside. So, and then you have all these little pieces of confetti for the next party, or you can throw them away like me, like a lot of people would. I'm not going to say like a normal person, because just because you throw things, don't throw things, just because you save every piece does not mean you're not normal. You're a normal crafter. You're a normal person who just knows that it could be used for something. All right. Which side do I want this? I think I want it on the outside, would be over here on the left, on this side. So I'm just going to do that as a little pocket. Ish. I want it to stick out, don't I? Not too far. Yeah, might want to actually have that come across there though. Oh, you know, I really wanted to do that the other way, so that the messed up one was on the inside, but that's all right. Like I said, it's going to be a grungy journal, so we're not going to be concerned about it. And if I had the strength and energy right now, I would probably sew this, because it would be pretty, but I don't. Maybe I'll do it later. I won't glue it into the book in case I decide to sew it when I'm sewing something else. That's a potentiality. So I think it would be pretty to sew around this. I think that would be fan-freaking-tastic. But for now, it's a pocket if I want it to be. Or it's just a pretty design, because I don't need to write a lot. Selfie in a bubble. Okay. So I've been trying to write the prompt on a journaling card or tag or whatever my ephemera is for the day, which is selfie in a bubble. And then I've been trying to write a little something. So today it is, my life is generally in a bubble. Between YouTube recommending one of my videos, which got like almost, it's over 2,800 views right now, which is insane. Exceeding 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome, and I will probably be having a giveaway pretty soon. Can't say the actual word, because then, you know, the people come on and try to scam you. Don't fall for scammers. Getting over 100,000 views on YouTube, and then Barbara sharing my channel. I am definitely out of my bubble. So Effie's gonna stand in for me in the bubble for a little while I'm out of the bubble. So, oh, I wanted to round my edges, round my corners. All right, I just layered up this little piece, which I think is from Pink Monarch Prints, and this piece, which is a scrap from my buddy Patty, who I have linked below, and then just a little piece of just similar to the color of the flowers. I'm just going to paper clip it on there for now until I am ready to sew this, because I want to sew across this, but I don't want to sew across this. So I'm just going to stick it on there for now with a paper clip, and down the road I will sew it and then glue it on. I'm looking for, I mean, why just use a paper clip if you've got super little squirrels that are squirreling with each other? Ah, they were Twitter-pated, weren't they? All right, so I'm just gonna do that. So that's it for today. So come back, let's see, there will be a break in videos, dephemerember videos. I'll still be making videos. My next one might not be till Friday because I work on Thursdays. So that kind of takes... I hope I didn't make this too tall now. Come on. I even cut it down. This should fit. Is it the squirrel that's the problem? Didn't this fit earlier? Oh, no, I think it's the back pocket thing. Okay, there we go. There's what it looks like. I was kind of hoping that flower would show a little bit more. The only way that's going to happen is if I cut off the top, which I can't do because I wrote on the back. All right, anyway, so there's that video for today. I hope you have a delightful day. Oh, can you see that up close? Is there a little bit of wiggle, wiggle, shimmer, shimmer? So yes, thank you, Louisa, for this idea of using the clear transparency, which I didn't have. I used what I had, and I think it works. It worked fairly well. Not with the watercolor, but with the inks. Have a delightful day, guys. Love you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Gives me a little dopamine hit.